to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. Entrepreneur Peyton Shubrick, CEO and founder of Six Bricks Dispensary Shop. The adult use cannabis shop focuses on selling cannabis and cannabis products like macaroons and infused ice cream and seltzer drinks. She coined the name Six Bricks of her last name, Shubrick. She also has 6 members of her family who are also helping her manage the enterprise. At 29, Shubrick is the first black and the first female in Massachusetts to become a licensed cannabis company. The company, which is family owned and operated, make up 1.7% of the black businesses involved in the cannabis industry. According to her, she decided to bring the business to Springfield because it bore the brunt of the drug war. She got to know this through Michelle Alexander's book, The New Jim Crow. She gained a better understanding of how it affected urban communities like Springfield. Bob Shubrick saw the cannabis industry as a way to engage with Springfield and succeed in business as well. It's important to us to bring the cannabis business and the opportunities into a community like Springfield that bore the brunt of the drug war. Prior to launching Six Bricks, Peyton discussed her business plan with her dad. She feared that her father may not want to associate himself with her business. Not only did her father buy into the idea, he also became her biggest supporter. Eventually, he became the company's chief procurement officer. Peyton Shubrick always wanted to affect change in the world. She never thought it would be through a product that was, for most of her life, illegal. Specifically, when she graduated from the College of the Holy Cross in 2015 with a degree in political science and concentrations in Africana studies and peace and conflict studies, the goal was to enroll in law school. She explained, "Our speaker for our class talked heavily about moving mountains. How do you leave this college on a hill and move mountains the rest of your life?" She recalled, "So my idea was I was going to have this landmark case that would change the trajectory of my career and rewrite some type of law." But she found herself working full-time at Mass Mutual instead and missing her college days filled with extracurricular activities. It was work, work out, and go home. There was nothing in between. Fast forward, Shubrick and her family officially launched Six Bricks in 2019, and the road since has been a thornier one than she had imagined. Back in 2017, I thought if I did my homework and put together a really strong application, I would get the license. I didn't expect an RFP, 27 groups applying, only 4 being selected. That's when your heart starts to do many palpitations. What if we don't get picked? What happens next? I didn't have a plan B, but she did fight through to become one of the 4 entities chosen in Springfield's first round of permits. The running joke in the industry is they never ask when are you going to open, they say where are you in the process, Shubrick said, noting that it's a 2-pronged process. At the city level, it involves a special permit and a host community agreement, while the state's Cannabis Control Commission requires a provisional license, post-provisional license inspections, and other steps, including a certificate of occupancy, which is required by the state for the final license. Shubrick described it all as a long sequence of cues of getting on meeting agenda after meeting agenda. It's a very layered process with 2 entities that don't talk to each other, and you need a series of documents from each. It's a series of waiting rooms in some capacities. On top of that, Six Bricks has had to deal with supply chain issues during the pandemic to get its space, now 90% built out, up and running. It even had to wait for doors that were stuck in shipping containers. There's not a lot in your control as you think about moving through this process, so patience is key. Peyton was faced with multiple challenges, first being lack of funds, and then came the pandemic. She could not open until 2020. The licensure process is not designed in a way that allows many folks who are in similar positions to myself, newly graduated, figuring out what you want to be in life, to really engage with the process without being intentional and deliberate about wanting to get it done. Shubrick said, when you think about the dollars and cents, you're talking anywhere between $1.50 to $3 million for a retail license, and that's just retail. If you're looking at communities like the city of Springfield and taking into consideration the average annual household income, these are not dollars and cents that anyone takes on lightly. So I just want people to get a better perspective, a better picture on this. This is the whole family, right? You got the 2 sisters, and then you have the mother and the father. This is what let me just let me just touch on this aspect real quick. This is what a family unit looks like, right? This is what they don't like to show in movies. in commercials, talk about in books, mainstream media. This is what they don't want to talk about when it deals with statistics and all these other types of things, right? We talk about all the time how groups of people always have statistics on the black community. They can like rattle those things off, but they can't speak about their own community or anybody else's community. Magically, they don't seem to have those numbers. And they specifically are not going to have the numbers when it deals with the positive things that are taking place and happening in the black community. And especially in a family where you both have the mother, the black mother, and the black father present. Look at that. Look at the greatness that is taking place right here. Look at the generational wealth that is going to come specifically by way of the whole family coming together, working together, benefiting each other, and also benefiting the business. Look at that. They're secure for for forever, pretty much. Because there's not going to be a point in time that people are not going to want to buy some marijuana. It's just not. Right? This is going to be a thing that's going to be around for a very, very long time. And they're going to be able to pass down the money that they get to their children and to their children's children. They'll be able to set up trust funds. They'll be able to set up college funds. They'll be able to invest, let's say if they want to in real estate or, flip the money in other businesses and have it continuously growing and continuously going and bringing back more money. Like there are so many different things that they can do with what it is that they have created. And not only that, the young woman is college educated. And, she was looking at it. She was like, this might not be it. This might not be it. Yeah, I got the education, but this just, it just might not be it. And then lo and behold, she stumbled upon a book that sparked an idea. And from that book and from that idea, she decided to do this. Now, originally, she was afraid to, in a sense, try to get her dad to come in and be a part of the business because she didn't really think that he would want to be associated with it. But he 100% was like, yo, I'm down. I'm with it. I got you. And this is the main thing that I try to tell people before. It is of the utmost importance to always have, that male backing there because it means a lot. It means the world. It can easily change a lot of things. And, just by, him being there, I'm pretty sure that amped her up to like 1,000. Whatever things that she was 100% unsure of, she was not unsure at all because her father's there, right? That rock, that shoulder, you know, and he didn't falter on it. And she was like, you know what? I'm not gonna falter either. I'm gonna, go 100% through no matter what happens. I know I got the love and support of not only my father but my family as well. And this is what I try to tell black people. It's like, yo, start trying to at least talk to the family that are like-minded, that you don't get into arguments and all that different type of stuff with. Like I said, you have a lot of family issues and different things of that nature that needs to get checked and looked at. But like I said, before you can happen to do all of that, focus on the ones that that you can pull money together with, that that you can, formulate an idea or a plan and nothing's going to be an issue. Nobody has any type of like envy, any type of jealousy, anything like that. Like I said, this family is a great, spectacular example of a black family that went all in, that are 100% supportive, not only about the idea and the business, but also working to contribute to the idea of the business. Like I said, these are things that we do not normally get to see. Like I tell people before, go out throughout YouTube and count on your hand how many stories that you get to see that are positive where you got black families coming together, formulating ideas and plans and sharing and passing money around so that they can create a business. and then they successfully got the licensing and the business, up and going, and it's off to the races. How many channels do you have that are really going to highlight a lot of this positive stuff? And that within itself is the problem. And this is why we need more positive stories, more stories that are reflective of us, that look like us. It's great to have, other positive stories out there, but specifically the ones that are about us, that are for us, that's reflective, right? Ones that we can see ourselves in. And it's not even just for the people of my age, the generation of my age or older, but it's more specifically for the kids. More specifically for the kids. Just think, if from a story like this, if a young mind was able to see a story like this, just think how the universe would open up to them. Because literally kids are, in a sense, Green Lantern rings, right? And for our kids, like how imaginative and beautifully intelligent that they are, they could easily take something like this and then be like, yo, I could do something like that. But I can't, of course, do that. But maybe I could come up with, my own cookie brand, or, candy brand, or my own baking brand, or my own food brand, or like they could just, you know, come up with that, or make an amalgamation of a whole bunch of things into one idea and become successful. And all they would need is the nurturing and the loving of the parents there to back them up and to support them. That's all they need. That's all they need. This could literally, like I said, a lot of these stories that I'm going to be bringing to you guys this month, I feel could very easily, you know, change a lot of people's lives. It could give them a drastically different, outlook. And you know, the change in content is going to be a little bit different, because 90+% of it, since it's February, it is technically designated as Black History Month. I'm going to do my best to, put out as many positive stories, directly out here. And, hopefully these stories will, take hold, and they will have a very great and, awesome effect. Maybe not now, but maybe a little bit later.